Hello everybody, welcome to this edition of Mr. J's Geek Corner. Plus we talk about anything, everything that is geek, whether it be TV, comics, movies, video games. And this week I'd like to talk about a subject that I've talked about a lot and how on this show many times. And that is the New 52 and how much it just is a train wreck in comics. I mean, I've said in the past all the kind of crazy stuff they've done that is completely out of line. It's just junk. It just makes junk out of a once great comic book line, and they've done it again. They're at it again. I mean, there are so many things that I can't. I mean, I'd be here all day if I went to every little detail about what they've done. But here's just some of the highlights, or I guess lowlights of what they've done. Start off things, the recent announcement that they were going to change Batgirl's costume. I don't know what's wrong with that. I mean, they completely and totally changed it anyway to where it's Barbara Gordon again, and she didn't exactly get crippled or recover from being crippled, and was basically back. You never quit being Batgirl, kind of, and the fact they claim out that her suit's going. I think I heard something about her suit's going to get destroyed, and she moves to. The whole thing is that I think her suit gets trashed, and that she moves to a more upscale, high society neighborhood, away from where she is in Gotham. It moves more high society section of Gotham, and she essentially has to make herself a new outfit. That's right, make herself a new outfit. And I'm going to say all I can describe it as is trendy. It's like she made it out of just regular trendy clothes. And here's a little bit of what it looks like here. Right there. There's what it looks like. That's going to be the new Batgirl costume. Since you just make it out of like regular trendy clothes like you would get at a shopping mall. Now, normally I wouldn't have a discrepancy about this, but because, well, no, I wouldn't have a discrepancy about a costume change. But the fact is, this is not. It makes her look more like I'm gonna say makes her look more like a teenager. And if I'm not mistaken, she's probably in her nearing 30, and that picture I just showed you right there, she almost looks like she's in high school, and she's not in high school anymore. She's not. So why in the wide world of sports is she dressing like a teenager? Why is her costume looking a lot more like the socialite set, trendy fashionista set, than a superhero costume? That looks more like it'd be something for like the. It's supposed to be supposed in the New 52. There's supposed to be a parallel Earth where everybody's more like DC is almost more run like a reality show. That seems more like something, and they're more like pompous Hollywood spoiled brat jerks. That seems more like something for that universe than it does the mainstream universe. I mean, it's just, you want to make a functional costume, why you gotta try to make it fashionable? Fashionable doesn't make functional. Fashionable don't necessarily make believable either. So what are you doing? I mean, it's a horrible choice if you ask me. I mean, they try to make it look much like Batgirl, but it looks like if a teenager on a shoestring budget made it. I mean, seriously. And but that ain't it. That ain't all here. This whole thing with Future's End. I've explained this on other shows. Now, I've gone out of my way and explained this on other shows. If you go back in my other episode and look at Gimmick Overload, I explained it. It seems like that all DC does is run their things on a gimmick basis, and not just that, not just gimmick based. And one of the main gimmicks I talked about was other than just variant covers and all this stuff, is event books. It's like they've taken a page out of Marvel's book. I mean, first you got the Trinity War. I mean, first you had Trinity War, which led to which led into Forever Evil, which leads into Future's End. And I'm gonna say it right now, Future's End. And I say Future's End started before Forever Evil ever ended. I mean, it started before it ever ended. Before Forever Evil ever ended, they started on Future's End. What's with that? What if you go look at Future's End and it spoils something in Forever Evil? What's that? How would you feel? It would suck. I know it would. And in fact, also they're doing this on this big event book on a weekly basis, like it's 52 or Countdown or something. What is with that? Are they counting down to another crisis? Is this what they're trying to tell us? Is that they're about to reboot the reboot or something? I mean, you got this whole story set 35 years in the future, where Brother Eye, the New 52 version, has assimilated the world a la the Borg from Star Trek. It's essentially assimilated the world, including the Justice League. Particularly Superman looked kind of freaky. And they're going to pull a Terminator. It's like it's like a Terminator story, basically. They're going to try to go back in time. They're going to try to send Terry McGinnis back in time to stop this. But what is he doing instead of coming all the way back to the present day? Oh, just accidentally stumbles into being 5 years from the future. Instead of being 35 years in the future, he stumbles into the world 5 years in the future. And he stumbles into a world where Green Arrow is dead, and there's a masked Superman with no cape flying. There's a Superman who looks like he's wearing a motorcycle helmet and not wearing a cape, flying around everywhere, whose suit kind of bears a strong resemblance to Smallville, but with a musculature that looks like the classic Superman. And my wife and I have a few theories of who that is. And they're supposed to reveal his identity in a future issue, too. You don't know who he is, but he's a little bit meaner and super protective of Lois. And a bunch of other stuff has happened where Tim Drake has quit being a superhero. Everybody thinks he's dead. And kind of lost his memory a little bit from what it looks. And just all this just crazy wackiness. Just all this weirdness in there. I was like, seriously? You're going to make it more confusing. And on the subject of Superman, he's not even Superman anymore right now. They've got this whole thing going on called Doomed. And in which started out with him fighting Doomsday in the New 52. And it made it sound like he was killed once already. But everybody's making it sound like this is going to be the New 52 Death of Superman. Turns out it won't. What happened is that Superman beats Doomsday. Superman, as I always say, Superman beats Doomsday. But it doesn't end there. By beating Doomsday, he then gets infected with some kind of virus, which in turn turns him into Doomsday. What is that? As interesting as that sounds, what is that? You're turning your hero into a monstrous villain. Or supposed to be the hero. I never consider New 52 Superman a hero. I don't know, it's considered an armored jerk and an emo jerk and a cape. But seriously, now you're making him into a monster? Seriously? And that's been the story that's been going on and on and on through like Action Comics so far. And don't even get me started on what's going on with Superman, the Superman book right now, and that they got this crappy artwork. Right? They hired, of all people, John Romita Jr. from Spider-Man, which a lot of they consider him, he's like one of the best artists in comics. I'm gonna say it, when it comes to Superman, and his art may have worked in Spider-Man, it doesn't fit in Superman because it makes him look like an off-model, horribly drawn, even bigger even more horrible looking than he was when he got the suit of armor. When they launched him in the New 52, he looks even worse. And I saw it released this week a variant cover. I saw a variant cover of from his dad, John Romita Sr. A variant cover he did. I'm gonna say it. You compared Senior to Junior. Junior needs to go back to art school. John Romita Jr. really needs to go back to art school, or ask for his money back, because his stuff is terrible. I said, I'm gonna say, I would have liked Romita Senior's even better had it not been New 52. But I'm gonna say it by comparison, John Romita Sr. knows more about art than his son does. Because John Romita Jr. just looks terrible. I've showed it on the show before. His design for Superman looks terrible. Terrible. And I said, you can't, I mean, it's more back to the one-sidedness I talked about in other shows about they made Superman look horrible but make Batman almost look like a god or something. It's like they're going to lavish everything on Batman and make Superman look terrible. In one book, you got him, he's his own worst enemy, you might as well say. And in another book, he looks like he was drawn by middle schooler or something. I hate, but it sounds so harsh on the guy. But Superman can't look like that. I mean, it reminds me too much of an artist they had back in the day that almost kind of tried to be like Ed McGuinness, but really looked terrible. I mean, half the characters. I mean, it reminds me of that artist. Half the characters didn't have noses hardly. The angles were terrible. It was a good story. The art wasn't that good. Really off model. And it's the same thing with Romita's. It's terrible, if not worse than this other guy. I can't remember what his name was. I hate to step on some toes, but I'm just telling how it is. It just looks terrible for Superman. Superman should look more like what's on my shirt here. It should look like that. And it just looks horrible. Of course, Superman shouldn't wear a suit of armor, but I've done made the case. I've done explained enough of that already. And also on the subject of the one-sidedness of Batman, in the recent month or so, they've been giving Batman more titles. I mean, in the last year, Superman he's had Superman. They've had Superman, Action Comics, Batman, Superman. The title he shared with Superman. The title with Superman shared with Batman, Batman, Superman, and Superman Unchained. That's four titles he had in the last year. Matter of fact, 5 if you count the off continuity Adventures of Superman, which still shows the adventures of the classic Superman. They have canceled Adventures of Superman, and they've canceled Unchained. You got 3 titles left that star Superman, and I don't even know if Justice League stars him anymore. Stars Superman anymore ever since Lex Luthor joined the team. But particularly the ones that's supposed to be Superman centric, 3 titles left. Batman has got for Batman, they've got Detective Comics, they've got Batman, they got Batman the Dark Knight, Batman Inc., Batman and Robin. They got Batman and Robin, they got Batman Superman, they've got Batman Legends of the Dark Knight, which is more off which is his off continuity classic interpretation book. And the book starring Catwoman, which is also starred Batman on numerous occasions. I guess you probably couldn't count that in there, but I say it has starred Batman numerous occasions. Catwoman has, but just recently they have announced 3 more titles. It's supposed to be Batman centric. It's supposed to be, I think Gotham Academy, which is based in Gotham. I guess as a Catwoman, you got the Gotham Academy, which is supposed to be more teen angsty, high school mess based in Gotham. You've got Arkham Manor, in which Arkham Asylum's been moved to Wayne Manor. And now, just recently, they've announced another one starring Batman called Gotham by Midnight. Or Gotham After Midnight, whichever one it is, in which he teams up with the likes of folks that is more supernatural oriented. Like, he's teaming up with the guy who is the Spectre and all this stuff. He has got, in total, 11 books. Superman's only got 3. He's got 11. And none of them have been canceled, best of my knowledge. I thought I heard something about Batman ain't getting canceled. If I have, then he's either got 10 to 11 books. Nothing but Batman. And then you got him cameoing and co-starring and everything else from Justice League to Superman. And I've already explained those before. He shows up in Batman and shows up in Superman and makes Superman look like a dummy. I mean, how is that fair? How is that fair that he has? It's like what they did with X-Men over there at Marvel. About 90% of what they had at Marvel Comics was 90% of what they had at Marvel Comics was X-Men. And now that I think of it, tell you the truth, I think they've got Smallville. They've got now I think of it, they've got Smallville. They've also got Smallville. They've also got Superman Beyond, and they've also got Superman Beyond. So technically, he has 5 books. But still, they've got Batman Beyond to go with that too. So that's 11 or 12 right there. That's Batman. Batman got 12 books and barely anything else. And barely anybody else got anything else. Still, Superman got 5 books. There's 5 Superman books, but 12 Batman books. What is with that? What is with that? He's becoming like the X-Men of DC. Of course, at Marvel, you don't even know who is the top dog anymore, because you don't hear that much about X-Men anymore. All you hear now is the Avengers. So I'm guessing Avengers is the top dog over there. But they just keep messing them up. But still, all the majority of what they got, if you look into it over there at Marvel, most of what they got is X-Men books. It's the same thing at DC with Bat books. And then you got to have Batman stuck in the background everywhere to look like he's everywhere, anywhere and everywhere. I say you got him in Justice League. They got him in Injustice. They've got him in Justice League Unlimited. They got him in Justice League Beyond. I should say, not Unlimited. I said they got him in Justice League Beyond. They've got, like I said, he showed up before it got canceled. They showed up in Superman Unchained to make himself look like he was make Superman look stupid and talk down to him like he's something superior. I mean, it's like when New 52 started, their overdue of Batman started. I mean, and it's not going to turn into another rant against Batman. I'm just stating the facts. It's ever since New 52 started, they've started their Batman. They started overdosing everything with Batman, overloading everything with Batman. There's too much Batman. Oh, and I forgot the Batgirl books. That's 13 right there. That's 13 Bat-based books right there. Oh, and Red Hood. I forgot about Red Hood. Red Hood and the Outlaws, and that makes 14 right. That makes 14 Batman-based books right there. 14 books. My question is, does Batman really need that many books based around his neck of the DC universe? I, for one, say I don't think so. I mean, it goes to show you how horrible the New 52 is. In the pre-52 universe, everybody had an even piece of the DC pie. Everybody got equal amounts of attention. Everybody got equal amounts of attention. Everybody didn't necessarily guest star in everybody's book. But now you got New 52, and everybody else been shoved out of the way for everything must be Batman. I mean, I probably brought it up before. There's been bunches of other books that he's been in too. Like, he was in Forever Evil. He was one of the main. He teamed up with the villains in Forever Evil to beat the crime syndicate. He went up against Vibe when Vibe had his own book. He guest starred in that and fought Vibe. And I said he's in Justice League still, and also, I mean, it's just too much Batman. And New 52, you think you're going to, in the end, it's probably going to be new. When they call it New 52, the only reason it's going to be new is that it's going to be Batman. They're going to turn it almost into the Batman 52. Because if you almost try to look at everything they've got in the New 52, Batman's in there somehow. Also, when they had DC Universe versus Masters of the Universe, who was right there front and center? Batman. Of course, that's there's a reason for that, but still another book with Batman in it. And like I said, these things they're doing in DC, not just the overload of Batman, the horrible looking new Batgirl costume, everything I've said they've been doing with the Futures End and all this junk. It shows you just how horrible DC has gotten. It's terrible. And as I've always said about it, they need to go back to the way things were, the pre-52 universe, as I call it, or it has been called. They need to go back pre-52 again. I mean, I'm tired of every time I look at this DC, these horrible drawings of an armored Superman. And then you got this multiversity thing coming up. I'm going to say that not everything is gloom and doom, though. I mean, you got this multiversity thing coming up. It sounds pretty interesting. Probably ain't going to buy it, but it looks pretty interesting. But, like I said, I probably ain't going to buy it, though. I mean, it already sounds wacky to begin with. I mean, you got this horribly revamped version of the Earth 23 President Superman with a horrible looking suit, that horrible looking suit I've mentioned before, and a more bad to the bone looking version of Captain Carrot from Earth, I guess it's Earth 26, and you got this. It already sounds wonky, but at the same time, it does sound kind of interesting. But it's just another New 52 event book, is all it is. I know it's probably going to be an ongoing series to explore more of the DCU, but my question is, why couldn't they have done that when you had the pre-52? You have 52 flipping Earths in the previous 52. You had all this. You had Earth 1, which was Earth 1, which is the current books, even though they haven't explained that, and even though when they released their little map, they didn't talk about that yet, but you had Earth 1, which you had Superman Earth 1, Batman Earth 1, Wonder Woman Earth, the recently announced Wonder Woman Earth 1, and also recently announced Teen Titans Earth 1 is taking place in. You got those. You got that Earth. You got Earth 2, which was basically JSA Earth. Earth 3, which is Crime Syndicate Earth. Earth 4, Earth 5. You have all the established Earths, which are a lot of them are basically Elseworlds books that have been brought into the multiverse. They've wrapped them up into the multiverse together. And yet you have all these other Earths that never even really got any kind of distinction. They didn't say anything about. They didn't say anything about any of these other Earths. They didn't even before they revamped the New 52, revamped everything, thrown everything out the door and brought in the New 52. They didn't even establish what any of the other Earths were. What was Earth 13? What was Earth 14? What was Earth 40? Wait a minute. I think it was Earth. What was Earth 49? What was Earth 45? What was 36? What was 27? What were some of them Earths? They just said they got Earths there, but didn't even do anything. They didn't even do anything with it, and now they're going to do something with it. They claim like he was planning that before New 52 ever started, but now you wait for Earth 52 to start when they completely turned the universe upside down, shook out everything that you know, and then throw what you know away, and slap something new in there. How's it going to be? It ain't going to be the same. Now they're going to do something to explore the multiverse, but with New 52 characters. And they're not going to, it's an interesting story, but still, it's got that New 52 spin on it that I just can't stand it. As I was saying before I tore off on this tangent, they need to go back to the pre-52 universe. And I say, even as compromise, if they want to keep their little New 52 junk in effect, why don't they have them exist side by side as two separate entities? Why don't they have them like that? You have your classic universe to bring back your old fans, like me, and then you have your New 52 for your other fans that you ran off the old fans to get. Why don't they do something like that? I thought escaped my mind. I forgot about the other event book that's coming up to coincide with Future's End. They've got a whole war coming up between Prime Earth and Earth 2. That's another thing they had in that Earth, and they had that Future's End book, was that they had in that Future's End book was that there had been a war between Prime Earth and between that Earth and the New 52 Earth and Earth 2, and the Earth 2 doppelgangers were being locked up at Cadmus because it almost looked like the Earth 2 was destroyed or something, and all the Earth 2 doppelgangers were being locked up and at Cadmus Island. What is that? And now they got that whole Earth 2 World's End thing coming up that shows the war that they said happened. They're going completely. You just spend all that time building. They just recently ended the thing, or bringing to an end the thing with Earth 2, in which the Justice Society that Earth's Justice League Society, whatever, finally forms, with Val Zod becoming their Superman, and what appeared to be a brainwashed by Darkseid Superman. Come to find out, he wasn't even really Superman at all. He was a Bizarro. He was a Bizarro created by Darkseid to appear to be a brainwashed Superman. Now you got all. So in other words, Earth 2. That's the other thing. Earth 2 Superman truly is dead, and now Earth 2 Superman is Val Zod. I don't really see that as a problem. I just see it as that Kal-El, the only semblance of the traditional classic pre-52 Superman, any resemblance of pre-52 pre-52 universe and Superman, is dead. He is truly dead. I just hate that. But the fact that they got Val Zod over there as Superman, that's pretty interesting. But still, they're pretty much, that's going to be rendered null and void by this whole World's End thing, because they'll either lock him up or they'll kill him, or they'll do something with this whole thing. It's just, I'm getting tired of this mind-boggling freight train of disaster known as the New 52. They can't leave nothing alone. You get used to something, and then they go shake it up again like an Etch-a-Sketch. Finally got you a picture. Too bad. We're going to shake it all up again. I'm tired of that. That's what was so good about the pre-52 traditional classic universe. Is because you didn't have to worry about that mess. They won't always trying to shake things up and keep you guessing on everything. I mean, it's okay to keep you guessing, but they have to keep shaking everything with some kind of universe rocking event, some kind of earth-shattering multiverse rocking event like Future's End or Earth 2 Worlds End. Ain't crap like that. That's what it is. New 52 is the longest running gimmick that DC has ever perpetrated. It has got people to buy a crappy product. And it's still crap. No matter what kind of earth-shattering event loud noise, you get people to turn their head. It's like somebody making a loud noise and somebody turning their direction and like, oh, I want to see what that noise was about. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And like I said, they just need to put a stop to it. Eventually, people are going to get tired of these. I mean, people gripe about Marvel because of these big event things and things they've done. And DC does it. Oh, and it's okay because it's the New 52. And what's Marvel doing? They're following right behind them with the same character-altering crap. And character-altering gimmick, it's just crap. And I'm gonna say it again. Like I said, gimmick overload is too much. It's crap. It's just getting people to buy a crappy product. And again, I say they need to go back to the tradition. If they want to keep the New 52 around, put it parallel to the old universe, because they need to bring back the classic universe, because people like me are getting absolutely sick of it. And they've been absolutely sick of it, and they're getting sicker of it every day. I ain't saying I ain't proclaiming a hatred of DC. No, I love DC. It's way better than Marvel. Still. But I'm just tired. I mean, they still putting out good stories with Smallville and Superman Beyond and Injustice. But the main universe that they're portraying, it's crap. I mean, they did a good job with the whole thing with Man of Steel. But the movies are great, but the comics are crap. They are truly turning into Marvel Comics, and it scares me. And I don't like it one bit. And I'm going to say it, they need to change everything back to normal before things go down very, very bad. Go even deeper down a hill to the point where they can't come back. And as I say, as I always put online, hashtag no more New 52, hashtag bring back the classic DCU, hashtag bring back the classic Superman. And they need to do that. They need to bring everything from the pre-52 universe back. But what do y'all think about it? Am I out of line? Am I out of line? Or do y'all agree out of line? Do y'all like what they're doing? Or y'all agree with me? Or y'all agree with me? Y'all think New 52 is crap? Let me know. As always, you have any comments, drop me a comment in the comment box. I would love to hear what you have to say on the subject. And that's all for this week's edition of Mr. J's Geek Corner. As always, if you have any comments about the show, drop me a comment in the comment box. Like, subscribe, tell all your friends. Y'all have any ideas for anything you want to hear me talk about on the show? Drop me a comment in the comment box. I'm always looking for fresh new topics and subjects to talk about on the show. Send me a comment, and I'd love to hear from you. You never know when it may be made into the episode of Mr. J's Geek Corner. So, and drop me a comment and drop me your ideas in the comment box. I would love to hear from you. I'll see y'all next time.